As an audiobook, it's kind of a long listen, so although this may not fit my Black History Month reading goals, just know it fit one of my other reading goals, and also was a carryover from last month. You know, the one in which I try and catch up on a series. Keep in mind that for this series, this is the first time listening to this narrator or this author, and I enjoy both of them so much. Definitely love them. But when it comes to the story, it does seem a little bit confusing. Now, since this is book 2, I gotta warn you that there's going to be slight spoilers coming ahead as I try to work it out. As always, I'll try and be as vague as possible, but in order to talk about it, I'm going to have to say some things, right? You see, I fell in love with the writing and the narrator because my favorite character is Gideon, and they really just nailed their voice. So by the end of the first book, I was kind of like, what's the point even? But because this is a weird space necromancy series, I continued on. Told in alternating chapters and realities, I don't know what to trust other than God is a creep. I have to admit, it wasn't until more than halfway through that I started to finally trust where the writing was going and to regain hope. And that's not because the writing is bad, it's just because I was that into Gideon. The majority of this story is going to be focusing on Harrow's perspective and progression to lectorhood, and we're going to end up seeing a world where Gideon does not exist. This is going to be all new characters. There is new otherworldly threats like resurrection beasts, and we get exposed to a lot more about their world and how they are all a part of it. There is still gross out battles, but also gross out makeout group sessions that are part of the plot. Just remember the phrase genetic material because it's an important EU factor. Moving on to the third audiobook, I do wonder, is this a series that I should actually be reading instead? If you've already listened or read this book, please let me know your thoughts in the comments below.